Welcome back to our YouTube channel. So a little bit different today. It's not going to be educational as such. There is going to be a lot of education, but it's not just a straightforward educational video. So last Sunday, you may have seen across social media, what a fantastic day that was had. It was a 5-hour ultra run around an obstacle course at Bramham Park in Leeds. Not going to tell you the full distance that myself or my client ran. I'll leave that until the end. But what this is going to video is going to show you exactly how I prepared right from Friday to Saturday to Sunday on race day. It wasn't just turn up and do it. There was a preparation across the build-up of the days before to make sure I was in optimal condition come Sunday morning to give me the best chance I could at racing at the best possible pace, feeling fresh, feeling ready. So what this video is going to do is show you exactly how I carved up, put extra carbs in, fats in, and prepared ready for the race come 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. All right, so without further ado, get ready for the video because it's going to show you exactly my preparation and how I did, and a little bit more information actually on the day of the race. Preparation actually started through the full week really. I adapted my training, reduced the volume towards the end of the week just to make sure I was ready. In terms of food though, how did I prep food? Food started prep on a Friday night for the Sunday race. So Friday, we added extra carbohydrates in. So we added an extra 50 grams of carbohydrates and an extra 25 grams of fat to my daily allowance. So that was Friday. And then what we're gonna do now is show you Saturday. Saturday was where it really happened. We're all very good, so just after 5 o'clock on Saturday morning. So Sunday is the 5-hour Ultra Total Warrior run. So we are carb loading today. So I'm gonna take you with us and so you can see. So it's just after 5 o'clock in the morning and we're starting the day with some electrolytes, some water and a little coffee. So it's now 6:30 in the morning and we're starting with meal number 1. So we've got extra carbohydrates in bagel and jam. So we've got a bagel, we've got 20 grams of jam and the extra fats, which is 30 grams of peanut butter. And that is gonna be our meal number 1. So due to the extra kind of 250 carbs we've got today and the 50 grams of fat, 6:30 in the morning, starting it nice and early so we can spread it out across the day. So meal number 2 is around 11 o'clock now and we've got kind of our main breakfast, shall we say. We've got some extra eggs to make up to the 50 grams of fat extra that we've got today with the peanut butter, and we've got some extra sourdough. So yeah, so more than I'm used to eating, but obviously I'm eating kind of spreading it out throughout the days to give it more time to digest. So it's now 2 o'clock, meal number 3. We've got 2 chicken wraps with salad, a little bit of mayo, some low-fat cheese in there, and some melon that I've already eaten already. So that is meal number 3 at 2 o'clock. So starting to feel quite bloated now, quite full, but we've still got quite a bit to go. So it'll be worthwhile tomorrow when we've got them extra carbs in the body. So it's now 4 o'clock, going on to our next meal. So normally on a day-to-day basis, I have this a little bit later with a protein shake, a banana and a bit of dark chocolate, but due to the volume of food today, spreading it out a little bit. So I've got some oats, got some extra oats to what I normally have, got a little bit of whey protein in there, and I've got a little bit of honey in there as well to add some extra carbs in. So this will be the next thing that I have, and then my next meal will be my evening meal in a couple of hours. So it's 4 o'clock and just having some oats and protein with a little bit of honey on top. And then we are now on evening meals, so the time is 7 o'clock. So we've got mackerel, potatoes and salad on this meal. So coming towards the end of the day, we've got one more meal for snack later on this evening. But this is gonna be our main evening meal with the potato, mackerel and salad. So this is really my first kind of ultra run, anything above kind of a half marathon distance. So the longest kind of time I've run for is around 2 hours. So obviously significantly longer. There's obstacles over water, in and out of water, constant running for 5 hours in high temperatures. So it's definitely been a kind of different preparation for me, something I've not done before. Taking on electrolytes through the day and into the morning. I'm gonna do a full day in the life tomorrow of what I eat, the kind of race gels that I've got, the food bars that I've got, my preparation in the morning as I go into it. So I'll cover all of that tomorrow morning. But that's been a day in the life today of everything that I've eaten. So quite a lot of food, significant increase of what I normally have, but hopefully it'll stand me in good stead come tomorrow on the Ultra Total Warrior 5K Ultra.
Morning all, how good. So it's just before 5:30 a.m. in the morning and it's race day. All right, so we're not leaving until about 8 o'clock to be fair, because we don't kind of start the run until about 9:45. I've got a couple of hours of work to do before that. But the pre-race fuel starts now. Getting stuff ready, getting stuff organised. So yes, I'm going to take you along with me today, see how much of today I can actually show you. So yeah, looking forward to getting started. I think one of the biggest things for me today is the hydration and the food. Obviously it's something new, fueling for that amount of time. So starting with the electrolytes nice and early, getting them in there this morning before obviously we have any food, any coffee or anything like that. Start the day off trying to keep the body as hydrated as possible. That's one thing that I don't want throughout the day, is cramp building up. Obviously it's something I can avoid or try and avoid quite easy. So yeah, gonna see electrolytes and just keep fueling on that, plenty of water, and see how that goes. So just short of 7 a.m. in the morning and it is coffee time now. So we're gonna start prepping stuff for breakfast and getting out the bars, the gels for today. So obviously one of the most important things today is fueling, making sure we are fueled correctly. So what we'll be having is the Real Meal bars and the Science in Sport energy gels. So every 18 kilometers we'll be having one of these. So at the halfway point around the lap. And then when we get back to the start, we'll be having half a Real Meal bar. So in terms of per bar, we're looking at around 70 calories in this, so it'll be around kind of 70 grams of carbs, apologies, so, and 600 calories, so it'll be about 300 calories and around 35 grams of carbs every time we get back to the start, and then we've got 40 grams of carbs, so we'll be looking around kind of 70 grams of carbs per hour to an hour and 20, which is kind of in the range that I wanted to aim for. So we'll see how that goes, and then obviously we'll have a bit of good food at the end. So it's now 7 o'clock and it's breakfast time. So we've got oats, we've got berries, a little bit of jam in there, tiny bit of peanut butter, we've got coffee, tiny bit of dark chocolate, and we've got a protein shake. So this is gonna be our main source of fuel for today. We're gonna have a bagel and jam quite close to the start of the race just to set us off nicely. But yeah, this is gonna be one of our main source of fuel for today. So yeah, let's go eat. And that is it. It's about 7:45 now and we are ready to set off. So we don't set off for another 2 hours, but already all fueled. The final thing I said I'm going to have now is a bagel around an hour before with a little bit of jam on it, some water and electrolytes as we go. The shoe of choice today that we're going for is the Cloud Runner, just because if it's going to be 5 hours on the legs, it's going to be comfier with a bit of shock absorption as well. So yeah, so really looking forward to it. Weather looks hot, obviously it's going to be in and out of the woods and the water, so be thankful for that. But yeah, really looking forward to the day ahead. As I've been getting stuff ready, I've actually found my shoes from last year with the Total Warrior tag still on it. Obviously we just did a 12-kilometer loop last time, which was just over an hour and a half, 2 hours, but not going to go for these because they're a little bit firmer, and with my knees don't think they'll be supportive. But yeah, still got the mud on them from last year. So yeah, won't be choosing them today, going to go for the Cloud Runners instead. And that is check-in complete. So just after 9 o'clock, we've got about 45 minutes now to the start of the race. So just getting our final bit sorted. Got to put obviously headbands, we've got stuff on the shoes and stuff like that. So last bit, just getting ready to go. So final preparations are underway and we are ready for action. So what I'll do is after every 12-kilometer lap, I've got my phone that will go back to as we're fueling up. So I will give you a little update after each 12-kilometer loop. So we're hoping for 2 or 3 laps, in that 5-hour period. And that is 12 kilometers down, an hour and 18. Really strong, really good start. So really enjoyable. Weather's good, so let's keep going. And that is 2 laps down now, 2 hours 38. Feeling strong. In for the next meal. Really good start to the next second lap, so we're going to start a third now. 24 kilometers in the bag. Let's see where we can get for. So that's 4 hours 10 minutes in, 36k in the bag. Only got time for another 6k I think, so we'll give it another go. Right hamstring's dead, really struggling now, but just gonna have to push through now in this last bit.
and that is the end. So just over 43.5 kilometers done. Current position is about 12th overall, but obviously that there's some still final ones to go, but that was a real tough kind of challenge. Hamstring was killing for probably the last 15k, but in total absolutely delighted to get well over a marathon in there in just under 5 hours. So yeah, really happy with that.
And here is just a few photos from the finish line with our medals. So that's the final leaderboard. So I finished 13th with Ben finishing in the top 50. My total distance as my watch stopped, so I had to do it twice. And then here's just two photos, one from the ice bath and then one kind of in the mud while finishing off the evening nice and transparent with a kebab.
And so you've seen it now. I finished 13th out of around 300 ultra runners. Ben, who I did it with, did fantastic as well, also coming in the top 50. So both was really happy. I'm not one for being kind of too, how do I put it, too proud of myself from time to time, but I was actually genuinely happy with my performance on Sunday, how I felt. I'd be lying if I said the last 12 kilometers was not a mental battle, because it absolutely was. Legs were starting to tighten up, but before I've never ran anything above 21 kilometers. That's by far the longest distance I've ran. So to run over a marathon distance and put 96 obstacles in the way and finish 13th, I was really happy with that. So it was a day I absolutely loved. Next year we're doing it with a client, so I'm not doing the ultra run next year, but there's so far within kind of 2 days of putting my name down, we've had 24 other clients on it. So next year is going to be great for a completely different reason. In terms of the recovery post-event, so obviously I know how we did on the day, how we prepped a couple of days before. That evening I was fatigued, but I felt all right. Monday, I was all right. I felt comfortable. I was a little bit stiff, a little bit achy. Busy day at work, I was on my feet all day, and yeah, I was all right. I woke up Tuesday morning and I felt like I'd been ran over by a truck. My full body hurt, my central nervous system was just crying out. I was cold, I was shivery. I hit my shin on one of the metal containers on the day. Felt it at the time, but nothing really Monday. Tuesday, my shin was burning, I had no energy, it was weak. And I think that was my central nervous system really telling me, don't train. I didn't train Monday and I didn't train Tuesday, and just had a couple of days to recover. Wednesday, I did train nice and light up my body, and then Thursday is where I started upping it again. So I think it was definitely kind of a benefit of how I performed, and I think I recovered well. Just to have kind of one day that really hit me hard, I was quite happy with. I think because of how well I prepared over the couple of coming days before, my training's increased to then kind of recover well. Yeah, I had the kebab that night, but before that, I'd made sure that I'd fueled well on the day with the bars, fueled well after with water. I had a quick beer. I'm gonna be transparent. I had a beer and a kebab. Obviously, the beer straight after the kebab that evening. But I had the protein shake, protein content. I'd hydrated, electrolytes, food straight after. So I'd really prioritize recovery, hydration, as well as kind of fueling as well. So my watch said I burnt over 3,500 calories just on that kind of run. Obviously we know that's not generically accurate, but yeah, ultimately I had an absolute fantastic day, something that I hope to do sometime in the future, maybe try and beat it. Got 3.5 laps, can I go for 4 laps? Can I put another 6 kilometers in there? But ultimately, hope you learned a little bit today about kind of how I've gone about it. Obviously I put probably an extra 1,500 calories on Saturday, a couple of hundred on Friday, extra to build it up, just to make sure I was fueled and ready to go. So if anyone does have any questions about my experience, how I felt during the race, why I chose certain food groups, feel free to drop a comment below, or if you was there, if you were doing the 12 kilometers, let me know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, something a little bit different today on YouTube, and you'll catch us next Sunday for the next episode on our YouTube channel.